Hi everybody and welcome to Underdog Factory. My name is Tristan and we're doing a new type of video today. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. I'm actually really interested in your feedback. So the goal of this channel is to help YouTube gamers grow their channel, increase their reach, and to better monetize their content. I want to help YouTube gamers go pro on YouTube and make a full-time income from doing this. And one of the ways that I think I can do that very well is through education. Now, for those of you who don't know, I actually run a YouTube marketing agency. We did $31 million in sales last year. I'm YouTube certified in channel growth, and then I'm also Google certified in like ads and that kind of stuff. So I know a little bit about making money on YouTube and about how some of these ad systems work, and that ties directly into today's video, where we're going to go through and we're going to look at this article and we're going to discuss how this concept actually affects your monetization, specifically through AdSense, and what you can do to make a little bit more money from your videos. So what it is actually pretty cool. You can find this on screen right. I'll leave a link to the article in the description of the video. But basically what they did is they took a robot and said, okay, watch 100 hours of Twitch streams and see how often people swear in these videos or in these streams or whatever. And it was actually pretty interesting. And so if we scroll all the way down here, this is the actual breakdown of explicitives or profanity per hour. So you can see Rainbow Six here at the top, FIFA 21 came in at second, Call of Duty Warzone at third, Halo Master Chief Collection at fourth, and so on and so forth. It's actually kind of surprised to see Fortnite, which is kind of more like a kid game. Rocket League is also in here, and then other games that were a little bit more like profanity inducing, at least in my opinion, like Dark Souls is actually came down a lot lower, almost half the amount of swearing that you'd see in Rainbow Six Siege. But it's pretty interesting. And as I was reading through this, I actually thought, this is a really important thing because there's something that probably you didn't know. And that is that the amount of profanity that you use in your YouTube videos and your live streams actually affects the number of ads or the type of ads that can run on your videos, which affects your AdSense revenue. So if you swear more, you actually get paid less. And so I want to kind of explain how that is, or how that works and why and everything. Now, there was another talk given in VidSummit a couple years back, and because of that I can't, just show you a clip of that. But I'll see if I can find the gentleman who gave the talk. It was actually really interesting. And he was basically just explaining this. He said the more you swear, especially within the first 5-10 minutes of your video, the lower your AdSense revenue is. And he had some cool graphs and a lot of interesting data and access to a lot of channels where they can go through and see this actually happening in real time. And then what I'd like to do to kind of add to that is I want to kind of show you why that happens. So to take a step back, when we are talking about AdSense on YouTube, there are really two different parties that are managing everything, all right? So you have AdSense, whose job is to collect funds and distribute it to the YouTube content creator. And then its partner is something called AdWords. And what AdWords does is it is the platform that we as advertisers use in order to create our ads, our promotions, and then also where we go to determine where we want those promotions to run. So let's hop over there real quick. This is AdWords, and this is inside one of these campaigns that I'm getting set up just as an example over here. Now, what happens is, I'll show you here at the top. So you go through, you create your campaign, you say, okay, I want to do a YouTube campaign, I want to focus on driving leads or whatever. And so you're going through and you're filling this stuff out, and all this is pretty important, like your campaign, your bid strategy, your budgets, your dates, and all that other kind of stuff. Your networks, I hate the video display network. And you kind of go through all this, and then this one's actually usually closed too. You got this little teeny tiny segment right here that almost nobody ever pays attention to. And this does two different things. So this one is embedded YouTube videos and live streaming videos. Usually turn those off because those are both terrible traffic sources. And then the other thing is the inventory types. Now we have three main inventories on YouTube where we can run ads. And the default is this one here in the center. And so what this does is this will group content together based off of its mature content quotants, if you will. The amount of profanity, the amount of sexual content, the amount of violence that you'd see in the video. And this is specifically very relevant for gaming content because there tends to be a lot more of this kind of material in our content, right? And so what you can see here is that what this will do is it will actually automatically exclude content that meets certain criteria. So for example, if the video has repeated or strong profanity, those videos will be excluded from this ad campaign. No ads will run on a video with repeated or strong profanity. And again, this is the default setting. And so this is the one that 99% of ad campaigns will use. They'll also exclude things with strong sexual content or violence, either real or dramatized. Dramatized. We have an expanded inventory, but that still excludes things like excessive profanity, graphic content, and graphic violence, and that kind of stuff. And so what happens then is, because everybody's just choosing this option, that means that anything within these two groups, because this one's a little bit more strict than this one, are going to get the vast majority of ads running on their videos. Now, AdWords and AdSense work on an auction-based system. So if I say I'm willing to spend $1 per view, well, if there are 1,000 people over here and they're all willing to spend $1 per view, then it's going to go through and it's going to spend all the dollars first. Or if someone's willing to spend $1.01 per view, that $1.01 is going to get all the views, then all the $1 per views, then all the 99¢ per views, and so on. Now, if I say I'm willing to spend $1 per view, and the next highest bidder is willing to spend 50 cents per view, I'm only going to spend 51 cents per view, right? Just because that's how the auctions work. Now, if we have 99% of ad campaigns running on these two systems, that means only 1% is going to be willing to run over here on this expanded inventory, where we're allowing for more strong profanity, we're allowing for more violence and sexual content. And so that means that you have a much, much smaller pool of people who are willing to bid on your videos. And having a smaller pool means that budgets are going to go out more quickly. It means that bids are going to be lower. And it means that there's just simply going to be fewer people who are going to be willing to run ads on your videos. And all of that means that you're going to make significantly less money because nobody's buying that ad space. So what do? How do we fix this? Well, the simple answer is we simply try to reduce the amount of profanity that's happening in our videos. We try to limit the strength of the profanity. So maybe not so many F-bombs, maybe take it down to, crap, gosh, dang it type stuff. And that will actually cause your videos to receive more ads and higher paying ads. Now, they can still tell when you're swearing in your videos because of closed captions that are generated automatically, and that they know that these things are happening. And so, we want to go through and we want to try and optimize our content, the things that we're saying, as much as possible in order to get as much money out of the system as we possibly can. Screw Google. Now, that being said, ways to kind of get around this. Beeping things out, blurring things out, all of that's fine. Like, that won't affect anything. You shouldn't have any problems if you go through and you do that. I wouldn't go back and re-edit older videos because it's just going to be a pain in the butt. It's not really worth it. But it's something you want to keep in mind with your videos moving forward. So that is why you want to limit your profanity and maybe use caution with the games that you're playing. Actually, I take that back. If you were to go through and play, for example, Rainbow Six Siege, and if you were to do this but lowering the amount of profanity that you're using as compared to everybody else, or no profanity, then that would actually put you into the lower exclusion lists, which means that if people who are targeting that keyword would actually have more access to the video, or to your video and to your content, be able to place more ads on it, higher paying ads, because everybody else is swearing, and so you'd actually make a little bit more money off of that. So that's just something else to keep in mind. But that's how that works. So again, like I said, this is a new video format. This is a new kind of content we're looking at creating. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Was this information helpful? Is this something that you guys can use? Is this something we should have explored more in depth? I'm really curious to see what you guys think. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe. We also have a Discord server. I think there's 30, 40 of us in there right now, where we talk about this stuff. I actually share these articles live. We go through and we talk about it. We kind of tear things apart, ask and answer questions and all that. And so if you'd like to check that out, then you can also do that. There'll be a link to that in the pinned comments. And you'll also find some information in there about our coaching program, which is pretty cool. But that'll do it for me. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and keep it PG.